Madam Chair, Madam Secretary General, Your Excellencies, it's a great privilege to join you this morning. And thank you, Madam Chair, for your warmly welcome. And also, I would like to express the appreciation from our OSCE PA side for the close work together with the chairmanship. I think this is beneficial for OSCE and as parliamentarians, I do also say for our people. Since our hybrid annual session here in Vienna, our assembly has evolved notably through the election of a new leadership and bureau, the nomination of regional and thematic special representatives, and change involving our Vienna office. Although many hurdles remain, I see my presence with you today as a sign that we can soon return to working practice as normal as possible. As highlighted during the summit of women speakers of parliament last week here in Vienna, women have played a central role in combating COVID-19. And while we should strive to consolidate these achievements, let me also take the note of the symbolism of the head table this morning. 3 women representing the OSCE chair, the OSCE Secretariat, and the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. Our presence together today is a reminder of the contribution of many other women at the Secretariats, in our institution, in our—
I just unmuted. Check, go check now.
Governmental organizations to peace and security in OSCE region and beyond. Madam Chair, I am glad that implementing the Women, Peace and Security agenda has been a top priority of Sweden's OSCE chair in 2021. You can rest assured that building on the pioneering work of our special representative in OSCE PA on gender issues, Dr. Heidi Fry from Canada, the Parliamentary Assembly will carry on supporting this initiative in the final stretch of Sweden's chair of our organization and in the year to come. In Sweden, as in many other OSCE participating states, support of the WPS agenda has translated into increased fundings for women's organizations working for peace and development. Madam Chair, as a parliamentarian, I see the work of civil society as essential in a truly representative democracy. Through my long-standing involvement in the Swedish Parliament's Committee on Foreign Affairs and the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly, I have witnessed the invaluable work that civil society undertaking in every single country of the OSCE to advance the security of our citizens. They work with limited means, but unlimited dedication. For instance, as chair of the PA's ad hoc committee on migration, I have learned about the good things many organizations do working with migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers, thereby facilitating the integration in our societies. In the Swedish city of Malmö, for instance, local government agencies and the NGOs work together to assist newly arrived female entrepreneurs to create successful business and contribute to the society. When civil society representatives criticize national authorities, and that is the case in every single country of the OSCE, they do so to remind them of their own commitments, not to accuse them without cause. They also remind us, parliamentarians, of our duty to hold our governments to account and to implement these commitments. I am therefore saddened that this year again, a human dimension implementation meeting will not be held. This would further undermine our ability to craft collective, comprehensive, and durable solutions to old and emerging challenges. I look forward to working closely with the Polish chair of the OSCE in 2022 as host of the OSCE Office for Democratic Institution and Human Rights. in order to find ways to guarantee the contribution of civil society to all our activities. Civil society is the first to suffer when governments abuse their power. The continued violation of human rights and democratic principles in Belarus has dramatic consequences for the lives of those who show genuine and good faith engagement. As an example, I am deeply troubled by the lengthy sentencing of Ms. Maria Kolenskova and Maxim Schnack, members of the Coordination Council, last week. I am also concerned that migrants are being used to manufacture a crisis at the border between Belarus and the European Union. The OSCE PA's position regarding the developments in Belarus was clearly expressed in a text adopted at our remote session in July. Although exchanges with the Parliamentary Assembly have in the past yielded some positive result, not least the hosting of our 2017 annual session. I regret that the authorities in Minsk have not accepted our reiterated offers to facilitate inclusive dialogue. In spite of this, our special representative on Eastern Europe, Dr. Daniela de Rieder from Germany, will continue to keep the question of Belarus high on our agenda. But not only the human dimension is under pressure. We have regularly repeated our condemnation of the occupation of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea and the city of Sevastopol by the Russian Federation, and this aggression in Donbass, and expressed our concern over the recent military build-up in and around Ukraine. Against this backdrop, I find the announced closure of the OSCE observer mission at the Russian checkpoints Kukovo and Donetsk troubling. While this has been a very limited operation facing many obstacles, it has still been a sign of hope for greater cooperation within this organization. More than ever, this latest development demonstrates the necessity for the special monitoring mission to be able to work unhindered and in accordance with the mandate, and to be present along the entire border between Ukraine and the Russian Federation. After all, the SMM mandate covers all of the internationally recognized territory of Ukraine, which include the Crimean Peninsula. We continue to monitor developments in the South Caucasus, where I remain concerned over the limited progress on a number of issues dividing communities. Last month, I appointed a new special representative on the South Caucasus, Ms. Kari Henriksen from Norway. She will ensure that any PA initiative complements the work of the chair in office and the OSCE executive structures. She will ensure that any PA initiative complements the work of the chair in 13 years after the August conflict in Georgia, there has been no significant progress towards the implementation of the 6-point ceasefire agreement. I call on all the parties to secure its application in letter and spirit, in particular by granting access to humanitarian aid. Despite the ceasefire in the Nagorno-Karabakh region, much needs to be addressed to guarantee a durable peace to ease the suffering of civilians on the ground. Building on our good cooperation with the parliaments of Armenia and Azerbaijan, the OSCE PA remains ready to foster interparliamentary dialogue to support this peace process. What the region's people need is a sustainable peace and reconciliation, not a continued of hostilities. In Moldova, we hope that the clear mandate delivered by the voters during the last presidential and parliamentary elections will unlock progress in the Transnistrian settlement process. I would encourage all actors to support the OSCE shares efforts to convene a 5+2 meeting in the coming months. In Afghanistan, since the fall of Kabul a month ago, there have been growing concerns of a security spill over in Central Asia and beyond. We will have to determine how we handle the partnership with Afghanistan in the future. It is important that the OSCE PA remains plugged in as the situation develops on the ground. I have already held online conversations with the delegations from OSCE countries bordering Afghanistan and plan to follow up on these through high-level visits to Central Asia. Let me use this opportunity to thank the Conflict Prevention Center under OSCE Field Operations for their precious assistance. When meeting with our Central Asia members, I will also highlight useful tools that the OSCE PA puts at the disposal of the OSCE national parliaments. I have appointed Ms. Pia Kauma from Finland as our new special representative on Central Asia, and she will join me on the visit to Central Asia. I also think of our ad hoc committees on migration and on countering terrorism, respectively chaired by Mr. Christian Vigenen from Bulgaria and Mr. Reinhold Lopatka from Austria, which are particularly well suited to address new challenges stemming from Afghanistan. Incidentally, next month, we will organize a first regional policy dialogue on foreign terrorist fighters with legislators from Southeast Europe in coordination with the OSCE Secretariat and with the support of the OSCE Field Operations. We look forward to further exploring the potential of our flexible instruments. Excellencies, as we have done on numerous occasions over the past months, in Armenia, in Moldova, in Bulgaria, the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly would have deployed a delegation to observe the Russian parliamentary elections at the end of this week. However, strong and credible elections observations requires that the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly and ODIHR be able to independently determine the number of observers we need in accordance with our usual practice and methodology. What is needed for a credible observation can only be determined by our experts. It cannot be negotiated or decided unilaterally by the country holding the election. We therefore regret that Russia's decision left us under ODIHR with no other choice than to cancel our observation. In October and November, we will deploy strong delegations to observe the presidential election in Uzbekistan and the parliamentary election in Kyrgyzstan. This will again demonstrate our commitment to work closely with ODIHR in this important area of the OSCE competence. Our profound concern over climate change has also compelled us to boost cooperation with the executive structures in the second dimension. And I have appointed Mr. Askar Shakirov from Kazakhstan, a special representative on the Sustainable Development Goals. Our joint work will inform the preparatory parliamentary meeting ahead of the COP26 conference to identify ways OSCE parliamentarians can take action to respond to these global challenges. Excellencies, over the past year, members of the OSCE PA have participated actively alongside many of you, as well as former and current head of institutions and chairs in office, in our call for action events, which aim at generating ideas to make the OSCE more effective. We will also continue to channel our energy into debating OSCE issues within our national parliaments and with our governments. We must make sure that OSCE gets the place it deserves on their agenda And with 4 years to go until 2025, we should build political support towards an OSCE summit. Yours Excellencies, as you begin engaging in the preparation of ministerial decision, I thank you in advance for recognizing the efforts of the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly in promoting international cooperation and engagement. I would be happy to see some of the many recommendations of our Assembly that has been made over the years to be taken into account in your preparation and decision making. Our reinforced Vienna office will continue to contribute to your prestigious work. As I alluded to at the start of my remarks, our team here has grown considerably in recent years, and it's now located in new premises, thanks to the generous support of the Austrian government. We plan an official inauguration during our next assembly meeting in Vienna, and we hope to see all of you there. This will be in February 2022, with coincidence with the 28th anniversary of the office. As you know, it has built up and consistently led by our special representative to the governmental structures in Vienna, Ambassador Andreas Notelle. As he will retire from full-time active service next month, allow me to end by highlighting his extensive contribution to our joint work. He will have dealt with 5 OSCE secretaries general and 20 OSCE chairs, representing the PA in the most challenging moments in our relationship with the OSCE's executive structures, and gathering an immense amount of OSCE experience. And I am glad that we are now on the best terms. This is also owed to the work of the Ambassador Notelle and his highly qualified and dedicated team in Vienna, for which I express the Assembly's deepest gratitude. I am very happy that Ambassador Notelle has committed to continuing to give his valuable advice through independent consultancy work of legal, electoral, and political issues. In his capacity as special representative, he will be succeeded on October 1st by Ambassador Miodrag Panczewski, whom you already are familiar with. I wish him success in this new mission. Madam Chairperson, I thank you very much and the members for your attention. I look forward to your comments and will try to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you once again, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you very much.